At the end of the line, I'm going to find my smile again. I'm going to find love again, I hope.
I don't think so. Can you say that if you sum up this conversation, you say, well, all's well that ends well?
The Shakespeare wrote that, right?
Why did you name it?
I wrote it because it's a metaphor for my life. I mean, like, I've had a really tough year. I mean, I've lost my mom, my marriage is breaking up, yet I'm having another child with the same person. I've grown up, I've seen life, I've lived it. I've stopped drinking, I've stopped smoking, I've stopped poisoning myself. I'm very clear. I'm going to be 53 years old in October. I'm questioning everything because I'm nearing the end of my life. I think that's normal. When you're 20 years old, you think you're going to live forever, and you're like, woohoo, party, do destruction. You can fall out of a tree and not really hurt yourself. But after you've lived life and seen it, and you've had money, lost money, whatever, you realize that money's nothing. And you could be a multi-billionaire, but if you're on your deathbed, you can't buy your way out of death. It's going to happen. You just hope that you had a friend of mine once said, we're not here for a long time, we're here for a good time. But having said that, try to be a good person, be compassionate towards other people, question authority, question things, but don't be an asshole, don't be militant. I'm not trying to start a cult and get followers. I'm just questioning everything.
But did you have a good time up until now?
Yeah. I'm in agony. My heart's broken right now, but I still had a good time leading up to now. And all's well that ends well. That means at the end of the line, I'm going to find my smile again. I'm going to find love again, I hope. I have the love of my children and my friends and my music. And people like what I do when I travel around the world. Some people don't, some people do. Why is that? I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know if you want to answer the question, but how come your marriage is breaking up, but you still have a child with her?
Well, I mean, shit happens. I'm confused. I'm very confused. I'm very hurt, and so is she. We don't hate each other. There's not another woman. There's not another guy. Sometimes you just go like you're supposed to be. Some people said relationships are like seasons. Sometimes you stay the whole course and you see the whole year. Sometimes you're only together for, say, spring. It's fantastic during spring, but when summer comes, you have to go.
Can you go like this again?
Yes, sometimes you can.
And can you?
I might, man. You got to keep an open mind in these things. You got to keep an open mind in life. And you need to keep, randomness, maybe. Is that random? Maybe you made a contract before you came into this world to have all these experiences, to learn something, because you had another experience prior to this life that made you make that decision. And maybe if I was to come back again, all the experiences that I've had in this life, the mistakes that I've made, I could right the wrongs, you know what I mean? And be, like, in other words, if I'm an asshole in this life, I have to be really nice in the next one. The yin and yang, up, down, left, right, black, white, east, west. There has to be the yes and no of it. It makes no sense. There's polarization, not polarization. Maybe that's the word. Polarity.
Polarity. It's all neutral, but you have to have
neutral's in the middle, but then there's left and the right.
Yeah.
But still, you can't have life without the plus and the minus.
No, you just always you walk like this maybe, and
sometimes
sometimes
you're trying to find the path, but eventually you're going to get pulled either way. You're going to have to experience both that. And no one in the history of mankind has ever had a perfect life. They say Jesus Christ did. I don't know if he did or not. They nailed his ass to the cross. How perfect was that?
Mother Teresa?
Mother Teresa, yes, but she was immortal. I think prior to her becoming Mother Teresa, she had a very hard life. It depends. One man's hard life, to her, maybe that was a beautiful life. She chose that life. That was her choice. She was a beautiful person, so God bless,
What's Brody's?
That was a bar. Brody's is a bar where guys these days, the guy sees he's got a blogger. Everyone's got a blog, right? They write all this shit, but they don't fact check. A lot of people want to believe in something or someone. They want to be told what to believe because they really aren't free-thinking people. They're afraid. There's so much fear in the world. Fear is easy to control people that are afraid. So guys, me sitting in the bar drinking and watching CNN and all the bad news and making fun of all the people around him, but yet he's alone. And he's mad. And then the second half of that story is like, whatever happened to the peace and love that was so, all that hopeful feeling that we all had at the end of the late 60s, the beginning of the 70s. it was all going to be make love, not war, no racism. We're all going to, let's all live together in peace and all this stuff. And all of a sudden, here we are in 2010, and it's worse than it's ever been. More division, more hate, people dying of diseases, wars, and we've learned nothing. History just keeps repeating itself and people are 100 years ago were 100 times smarter than we are right now in so many ways.